It's Fuck Yeah Friday.
Fuck yeah!
Get ready for some wins.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Hello, loves. Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast on a Friday. That means it's Fuck Yeah Friday, and it's time to celebrate some wins. And I'm going to be really honest. We are re-recording this. So I recorded a bunch of stuff before I left on tour, and then this one didn't work. So I am kind of winging it a little bit. And I wanted to repeat some of the stuff that I know I can repeat because I saved it. And then I actually have to change some things because now we're in real time with this. So first of all, let's be real. It can be really hard to be like, fuck yeah, it's Friday, when it feels like every day there's some more devastating news. Like on the time that I'm recording this, Brad and I have watched all the videos and new videos of what is going on in Los Angeles, the place we called home for 14 years, a place our friends still call home. And it's hard, right? So how do you have a win when like you are looking at such devastation? And that comes after we were in New Orleans 2 days after the terrorist attack. And we live here in Las Vegas where there was an incident. And it's like, it can just be really hard. So I just want to say, like, I never want FYF to be glib and like not taking into account that like shit is happening, right? I also want to be real and say, like, if you're not going through the ish, then you must be doing things to make yourself strong, energized, generous. Like and the only way to be generous is to have an abundance of energy, stamina, money, whatever, so that when devastation happens, you can support others without it affecting you in a way that's negative. We had someone come into an agency group a while back, my first assistant, talking about how to advocate and how to be an advocate. And something that she said, and something that like has always stuck with me, is like, you can only advocate, like if you look at a Venn diagram, like what someone needs is one circle, what you can do is the other circle. And so like the overlap is the advocacy, right? And it's never going to be a circle on top of a circle. Sometimes it's going to be a sliver because you're going through your shit. And sometimes it might be like a crescent moon, and sometimes it might be half. But what I can say is, like, if you have the energy, strength, stamina, if you have invested in yourself and in your dreams and in your stuff, you can then have things to give to others when they're in need. It is really nice that I have some time in my schedule, because I created that a year ago, that as information about support comes up, I can share that, right? I have dedicated to have a following that I love and that I care for, and that can look to me for resources, and I can do that. And so anyways, I say all this because sometimes we're like, how we can feel helpless. And so how can there be a win when it just feels so helpless? And sometimes there isn't anything we can do. And sometimes it's just sitting there and texting friends, like, I'm there for you. And sometimes it is offering up a room. I had a friend offer up a room, and she said, we have dogs, and if your dogs are friendly, you can come. And so like, just know that like, not everything has to be you giving up time or money or place because you might not have it. And sometimes it can just be resources. But most importantly, you can't do anything for anyone else who's going through shit if you haven't taken care of you. So anyways, to my LA people, my people who have people in LA who are going through something right now, who have your friends or your family members or friends of friends have lost everything, it can just feel heavy. And how do you start a year? How do you take action when it just feels like, what's the point? And to that I say, we got to enter the year slowly. And we got to figure out, like, what is it that we want more than anything? And then truly stick to the values that we have when it comes to making decisions. And it's not going to be easy. No, it never has been, though. Never has been. It's just that, some of these things haven't felt like they've come so on top of the other things, and they are feeling like that right now. And I don't have a crystal ball. I can just say that, like, what I focus on first is taking a walk every day, because walks really calm the nervous system. And I really get in touch with myself and what I need. And if I need a break, I take a break. And if I have the energy to do more, I'm doing more. And it can be really easy if you were raised to be a people pleaser or to like give more of yourself than others, to feel like you're being selfish, right? When you are taking time for you. But you know what? It's not selfish because you aren't going to be the version you want to be to others if you don't. You just won't. So, anyways, that was a long intro. I hope it makes you think. On another one, I'll talk about something else that I'm super excited about, but I'm supposed to be remaking this one. So, okay, I'm going to tell you something that inspired me from the internet because sometimes that can be a cesspool. But this one is from the Female Quotient Instagram. And it said, "We're not crying, you're crying." When I'm going to say her name incorrectly, I hope I say it as close as possible. Beru Merv Cool, a visually impaired 22-year-old woman, walked onto the stage during her graduation ceremony. The staff at the university also invited her mother, Hava. Hava was presented with an honorary degree from the University of Sakarya in Turkey for reading her daughter's lecture notes to her during her 4-year course in law. She helped her with homework as well, as the university didn't have the resources to help visually impaired students. Without Hava's perseverance, her daughter's dream of becoming a lawyer may not have been realized. Bravo. So this mother helped her daughter, who's blind, get a law degree, which is her dream. And so that mother got an honorary law degree. And you know what? Here's the deal. That really does, we can go, "Oh, why didn't that school have visual like impairments resources?" Not everyone has these things yet. Not everyone has realized that. Not everyone has done that. And so that does suck, but we can actually focus on the win in it. And that's what the point of FYFs are, is like what's the win in this? And the win in this is what a cool thing that mom could do to support her daughter. And how cool that that Turkey now has a visually impaired lawyer who can actually make change, right? Who can actually affect change. I think that's really cool. So that really inspired me. All right, so let me hit you up with the wins of yours that you sent in. Here we go. Christine Eschen. She's an agency member and Elevate grad. She said, "Celebrating my 27th wedding anniversary with my soulmate and husband today at our third annual blues party, and that was the most successful one to date. Had a client late cancel this week, and I held my boundaries, charged her, and enjoyed an extra hour to myself. And I'm continuing to be blessed by a local day spa that keeps my flyer up in front of a cookie jar for everyone to submit their info for a drawing for a private. And I keep all the names for my email list. Got together this week via Zoom with my agency family members, Heather and Kim Young. And yeah, so anyways, I love that. Look at all those wins in there. How freaking cool. Way to go, Christine. And way to just be consistent and keep showing up. And congratulations on your anniversary." This next one is from Sonja Ahmed. She's an Elevate grad and an agency member. And she wrote, "I got a lot ticked off to prep me for my new biz in a new country. Tax biz number, finalize my logo and new biz name, registered my new business name, purchase a new URL for a new biz name. Lots of other little bits like working on Canva. It feels so good to get some focus back. I still have some way to go and many other admin tests, but these ones were the big ones that needed doing first before I could move on to other tasks." So way to go, Sonja, for taking off the non-sexy stuff. And thank you for celebrating the non-sexy stuff with us so we could celebrate. Like, yes, you guys, it is a win to like do the logistics in the business. It's not the thing that's sexy. It's not the thing that goes viral on Instagram, but it is the thing that is important in your business. All right. So my win is, you guys, I drove 5.5 hours at night and didn't freak out. And I share that with you because I don't like to drive at night. I get really stressed out. I have to get like really big tunnel vision. I have a really hard time. But at the last day of our tour stop, Brad and I bought a car. And it's a car that I've wanted for a really long time. It is a car, it's like a dream car for me. And it's not a new car, it's a new to me car. It's a new to us car. And we call her the OG. And we have not had a car since 2018. And we have been kind of just waiting. So I don't have a car to like go get coffee. And I just take the OPC huge van to go get coffee, which means it has to have open air parking, right? All the different things. So it's not actually really easy. And then sometimes when Brad and I both need to go somewhere, like I'm borrowing my dad's car as a 1-year-old. So at any rate, we got a car and I was just like, let's just ship it. Like, let's just ship it. Cause it's $100 in gas. It's $500 a ship. Like, and also because I didn't want to drive at night by myself. But guess what? We decided to do it because one, I was so excited to see her. She's so beautiful. Second, we wanted to get her home. We have things to do. We have reasons. We need a car. So I drove her. Brad drove the van. And actually, You know what? Past the time, I just talked with my husband on the phone and his friends, like through the whole drive. And so I'm calling it a win because normally that would stress me out. I will say what set me up to have a win is to have a plan of what to do in the car so that I could like not be distracted because it's new. When you drive a new car, you're like, where are the buttons? Second, I had leaned on people. My husband knows I struggle at driving at night, and he made sure he was in front of me the whole time, and that he was one calling friends so I could just answer with my little click of my AirPod. And so it's a win because I leaned on people and accepted like there's just some things about me that are never gonna be amazing. I'm never gonna be an amazing nighttime driver, but I drove 5 hours at night. We made it home and I washed my hair, and that's a second win. Way to go. I'm patting myself on the back. So the next thing that we do in these FYFs, if you're new to these, is after we celebrate your wins and one of mine, we draw an affirmation. So this is from a card deck that my photographer, Monica Linda, got me like years ago. And this, I don't even know the deck name, so I can't even give it to you. It says, gratitude changes everything. Gratitude changes everything. It certainly does. My therapist said to me one time, she said, gratitude and judgment can't live in the same space. They don't hold the same energy. And so if you are feeling judgmental about yourself, start naming things you're grateful for, and you can change that tune right around. So gratitude changes everything. I love you guys so freaking much. I'm really excited for what this podcast has to offer this year. I'm really excited for the guests you're going to hear, some guests I'm bringing back. And please keep leaving reviews. Please keep sharing this podcast with a friend. Please bother us and tell us how the episodes are affecting you, because that's how we pick more guests. So please do not ever think I'm so busy I can't respond. I will manage my own time. You can send me in the things that you are loving so that we can continue to support you on this journey, because you guys, there's no crystal wand that's going to make everything beautiful and amazing tomorrow. So we're in this together. And so we want to make sure this podcast is supporting you and where you're going. Love you all so much. Have an amazing day. And until next time, be it till you see it.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at BeItPod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.